Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the support memory boost stage. We have a new support memory boost stage, this one featuring the God support memory. So this is the Realm of the God support memory for God Goku. This stage has two difficulties, Z Hard and Super, and your missions are pretty straightforward. You have to complete the Z Hard stage with 3 Realm of the Gods category characters, and you have to complete the Super difficulty stage with 3 movie bosses characters. You also have to take the Int Super Saiyan Goku from the Beerus or Battle of the Gods movie event, and you also need to beat it within 6 turns and without using a support item. So it's pretty interesting. Unfortunately, from a team building aspect, it's very difficult to complete all the missions with one team. This is because due to leads, we're a bit limited in the availability to take both 3 Realm of the Gods category characters and 3 movie bosses category characters all in the same team. So yeah, basically pretty simple. Now for me, to be honest with you, it's very straightforward. For the first run, we're just going to use obviously the Realm of the God team, all free-to-play characters that you are forced to use for this event. So again, not a huge train smash for us. We'll be using the Vegetos who will carry us. We'll be using Supreme Kai. We'll be using the AGL Whis. We'll obviously be using Int Goku, and we'll be using MUI Goku. These characters will be fine not only for the Z Hard difficulty of the stage, but also for the Super difficulty and beating it within 6 turns. You should be able to get it done. You will need to have an Easy 8 Strength Super Vegeta if you want to do this, but all in all, you should be able to get it done and should have a fairly decent time. Now on top of that, or on top of all of this, obviously the first stage I don't want to talk about too much because it's very simple, but you face a Strength God Goku in the first phase, and then you also face a you face an Int Beerus in the last phase, or the second phase. You can stun them in both phases. So Int Super Saiyan Goku is very solid here because of his stun capabilities. AGL Whis is also solid here because of his stun capabilities. So you do have the capabilities to stun units, which ultimately at the end of the day is very helpful and will make this a lot easier for you. So I do highly suggest that you do this. It's ultimately going to make your life a lot easier overall. Now the second stage, the same applies. You're facing a Strength God Goku and you're facing an Int Beerus, and you can stun them, but their stats and damage have increased. Now for the Realm of the Gods team we just used, this is not holistically a problem. Generally speaking, you're quite fine, and you'll be more than okay to finish things up and use that team to complete most of the challenges. If you struggle with the time challenges, so if you're just running out of time, do it once and then run it again and use a attack support memory or support item like Bulma, which gives you a very big chunk of additional attack damage. So that's good, obviously, really quite solid. But then, of course, your next one is going to be the movie bosses one. We'll talk about that just now, but for now, this is the Realm of Gods team, and the strategy is very simple. So for the Realm of the Gods and movie bosses, obviously you can stun Beerus, you can stun Goku. For Realm of the Gods, your setups are just going to be Supreme Kai and Vegeto and Whis. You can also throw in the Int Goku if you really want to, because generally speaking, you'll have a pretty good time there if you do so anyway. As long as you've got a stun, you tend to make your life a lot easier, because then they can't do a lot of damage to you. Bear in mind that the mission is to complete with no support items, so using a support memory, like the Bulma one that we are using, is actually fairly easy and simple to do, and will make your life a lot easier as well. So all in all, basically, really good stuff. Hopefully this gives you a pretty good guide on how to do it with Realm of the Gods. I think for me, it definitely was a very simple, straightforward one. So I hope a lot of players don't have too many problems with that. Now, that then leaves the movie boss challenges. The movie boss challenges are not impossible, but are just a little bit harder. And we'll talk about them. You're probably going to want to use a support memory or support items for that one as well. So yeah, Realm of the Gods, very straightforward. Set up those rotations, have a good time. You might need a bit of luck, especially with the completing it within 6 turns challenge. There you're probably going to need, if I'm being honest, to have yeah, you're probably going to need at that point to have a bit of crits from a strength a la Vegito, but generally speaking you should get it done. Now the movie bosses challenge, for this one we're going to be using a Ginyu / Metal Cooler hybrid team. So this will require you to invest a little bit of battlefield currency or to have completed the Ginyu Force challenges and gotten those LRs. So if you don't have those, this is going to be more difficult for you. You may have to work for a different way around it. I just found this to be the easiest. So for the movie bosses team, we'll be using a physical LR Ginyu, which is great. We'll then also be using a physical LR Ginyu friend. The reason we're using LR Ginyu is because he is a 120% all types lead. Remember, we have to have Int Super Saiyan Gohan in our team. So if we don't have him, then we are immediately going to struggle and not have a great time. So that's kind of it. Alongside that, you're going to have the Int LR Metal Cooler, which is great and very, very helpful. And then we're also going to have, of course, the we'll also have the AGL Cooler, and we'll have the Strength Cooler. And the reason we're going for the AGL Cooler and the Strength Cooler is the AGL Cooler obviously has type advantage in the first phase, which helps out a lot. And then we just have a pretty good time. Realistically speaking, just a very, very, very good functional team built in. So yeah, aside from that, that is pretty much everything we need to know. Realistically speaking, for me, I found that this one, like I said, they did struggle for damage. Of that, I have no problem. But realistically speaking, we did eventually get it done. And you will need to use a Whis, probably, or a Icarus. That's what I did for the second phase, to have enough damage reduction. And then, that's it.